Hello, everybody. This is Trader Max, Max Farrow from Dex Fx Markets.com. I'm still used to doing those streams with Trader Max in it. 1.8 is out, and we're about to get this released. But let me show you what it's going to be doing. I'm going to paste this 1.8 to my little setup here for my server. Here's a little line of walkers that we have from over the time period, all the way back to alpha as we release this. Now, in this 1.8 version, we got some stuff to kind of go over. I listened to what we call the Christmas list of those that are in the Xedan bot beta group, if you will. There's a lot of people that were in there. Some of you are going to be getting this for the very first time with this 1.8 version, so it's really, really super cool. But if you already have a version out and you'd load it to your VPS, this is my VPS from DexWebTools.com. There is a link in the description here. We have the Xedan set up already, but you need to learn the training and go through all that process. It's fine. So once again, we just have to simply click on the 1.8 setup. It says Xedan is running, so I got to actually turn that off. So I'm going to go ahead and click it again, hit OK. And what this is going to do is it's going to install a version right over the previous. And you can kind of see down right here, it says 1.8 dash beta. Remember, we are still in beta. Even though you got the prime production model of this right now, it is still in beta. This last little section of 1.9 that's going to come out next with maybe the 5-minute signals, probably about midweek. Ish, end of the week-ish, somewhere in that area, hopefully, will probably be the first production model that we'll be putting out, which will be version 1.0, no beta, just final release process, and we'll all celebrate that day. But until then, you're all still beta testers, all right? So lots of great fun. I got my name in there. I got all my stuff on there. I'm not going to turn it on to the live side. I just want to kind of show you from the demo side. I'm going to go ahead and if I jump back in here, I can see the different ones that are on. Now, in this 1.8 that we have first, for the first time since the beta started, have taken something out of the system. We took the ATMs out, and we took the ATMs out due to a security risk from that solution, because the ATMs needed to send a signal out every couple milliseconds, so we had to turn off security to the server, which yielded to issues, small-time DDoS attacks and attempted hackings. Luckily, our security software has picked up on that stuff. But because we didn't have another model in play, I wanted to take it off so you didn't have to wonder why it wasn't working from that solution. So we removed it temporarily until we get a better fix, which will come. But we wanted to get these other things that work, the daily, the 1 hour, and the 2 hour. Those are on the 1.9. We'll have the 5-minute signal system in there, but there'll be a lot of training and a lot of preparation and certifications for that. Okay, keep that in mind. You have to be certified to trade it in live, in the system in live, and that'll be coming as well in this solution. All right, so first things first, you can choose a primary and just hit save and go in. You have to make sure that you're logged in. You have all your login details for Nadex. Let's pop in. Now, in this release as well, this is the automatic multi-strategy process as well. A lot of you have asked for this, and immediately you see the difference of the process, okay? Immediately you're going to see, if you uncheck safe mode, you'll be able to see that process in there. You can have your 1 hour, you can do the drop down right here, 1 hour daily. You can change your daily's information, all that kind of good stuff. You can change your 1 hour's information, but how do you activate each one is that you have to come in and click on it. And you click on it up here. Now, if it's gray, it's not active. If it's gold, it's active. Now, if I click on that, I want you to see what happens right over here to the right. Since it's like 36 minutes after the hour for this 2 hour side of it, the 2 hour has these trades that are active during this time frame. So you can theoretically, if you happen to come in after the fact, go down and click each one of these to restart that process to see if it's enabled in your system, okay? If I check off of it, they're still going to be there. But if I refresh, they're going to disappear. Okay? So it refreshes and they're gone again. If I reactivate it again, they'll all pop up again. But if I click the 1 hour and nothing comes up, we'll see here in a second, see if anything comes up. that means that there's no signal fired during this time frame, during this 1 hour period. So if I uncheck that and I go to daily, and see, I don't think any dailies have come out either. I think the 2 hours are the only ones that have come out. Okay, but since there's nothing for the daily, oh, there they are. That's for the 3 p.m. There they both are. Pretty cool, right? And I can click on both of those, and what it'll do is that it'll cycle the trades through, first come, first serve. There's the first one, filled. Well, put on. It's filled the working order. There it is, filled the working order. And the Great Britain Pound JPY, filled the working order. Now, if I have that and I have the other one and I pop it on, whichever one I hit first is the one that's going to cycle up first, right? So when you're first starting this, if you're going to be trading the daily system and the 2 hour, okay, it'll take a couple of seconds for this because we already know there's a lot of the 2 hour. See, there they are right there. Perfect, right? Isn't this brilliant? This is beautiful. I really do love this. Matt has done such a great job following the directions of things that we need. I could come down and click on each one of these and then track it to make sure that it has filled correctly. But remember, multiple strategies, you're going to have a larger balance involved. Because the working orders that you have to put on, what happens if you fill in 20 working orders or 10 working orders, right? Let's just say that 1 hours, 2 hours, and 2 hours and dailies all click off at once, right? And then you get this happening, okay? You get this happening. Let me turn safe mode off here so I can attach inside. You get this happening. And if you got $3,000-$4,000 in here and you can afford to have 5 or 6 signals on, right? 7 on. Now look, it's just growing, right? Some of them are cycling on and trying. You know, there's the Euro Great Britain Pound, there's the Euro JPY. Here they're all going on, right? So now there's $388 worth of fees happening that are coming out in your reserve side, right? And luckily this is a demo account. But if this is all you had, if this is like you only had $1,000 in there, you'd be spending 50%. There's $459 worth of trades on in there. Now, does that mean that they're all going to fill and it's all going to go do whatever? The answer is no. Okay, but here's the process. One just filled. That 2 p.m. for the 2 hour just filled in there, and we have $497 within action, right? It's filled at $32. And it's 0409, and it's got 6. It's got about 21 minutes left. This is where we're at, right? So the point is that when you first start out, don't just go down blindly and click them all, but go validate. Go look at the process and see which ones that you want to have on before you click on them, right? If it takes you a couple of seconds on a 2 hour trade, that shouldn't take too much time. You know, if you only have a few minutes left on a trade, go validate over on Dex Fx and have a look at this process, right? So that's basically how you go through that solution. You can have 1 hour zone, but keep in mind, okay, if you're going to be doing this, make sure you got a good enough balance for it to be able to accelerate and not worry about the fallout, right? Also, validate your trades before you make them active. Make sure that you have your strategy and everything on perfectly. We will be releasing the strategy from Chris for the Chris's trader strategy. Where he has it turned off and turned on at certain times, and you know what levels he's at with the 100%ers. All right, that's basically it right now. We got about 20 minutes left. I'll probably post a secondary video to see if this one wins. But I'm Max. This is Dex. This is the 1.8 version of the system. Very, very powerful. Very excited to see it out, to have this multi-strategy process happening. But word to the wise, make sure that you understand that there's a lot of cause here. Remember, look, that's a big, huge lesson right there. Even if half of them filled or didn't fill, you know, would you be able to survive that, right? And maybe you wouldn't be able to get into a trade. Let's say if you only had $500 and you had another trade come on that would have been a winner, but you couldn't get in because you had all these other ones on there, right? So keep that in mind. Be mindful. Be careful. I can't wait to see you all inside using this. I'm Max Farrell. This is DexFxMarkets.com. I look forward to seeing you inside. And as always, trade well.